Pokemon are based off of real-life creatures, and cats are no exception.
There are lions, tigers, and so many other feline friends to help you use up those 9 lives.
Guys, really? I'm fine. I should...
Let's start it out with one of our favorite cat Pokemon, who has blasted off over 700 times now.
Did you know that Meowth isn't actually caught by Jesse and James? He chooses to team with them due to his backstory.
And what kind of backstory could have gotten him to do that?
Love.
And what do you know about love, Caden?
Our Meowth fell in love with a female Meowth who rejected him because she was into human men. So our boy grinded and learned how to speak. And when he came and found her, she called him a freak of nature and ran away.
Sounds like every Tinder date you've ever been on.
Moving on. After this, Meowth remembered his first word, Rocket, and he was inspired to join Team Rocket from there.
That's kind of sad, but at least our boy Meowth was given 2 regional variants to make up for his sobby anime backstory.
Yeah, man, I was really disappointed when there wasn't a Hisuian or Paldean Meowth. I think it would have been really cool.
Want to hear something crazy?
No.
When Meowth evolves, it's still a cat.
At least he's Giovanni's #1 lap warmer, right?
Did you know that according to the Pokédex, you can calm down a Persian by pulling on its whiskers? People in the Pokemon world also target Persian for the jewel on its head, staying poachers.
Also, Persian runs the bank in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. You think he's smuggling some of that money for Team Rocket?
Not after the 2024 election, he's not. Now, Generation 2 gave us a lot of new evolution for pre-existing evolution lines, and Eevee was no exception. Unlike the Gen 1 evolutions that are vaguely cat-inspired, but clearly not definitively cats, the Gen 2 evolutions are obviously cats. Espeon was originally yellow instead of the purple color that it is now.
Umbreon is the only non-psychic type Pokemon to get the Synchronize ability.
Espeon is based on a Nekomata, a 2-tailed cat from Japanese mythology that has psychic powers.
Umbreon is the only evolution to be immune to another evolution's type.
Espeon and Volcarona both share the same Pokemon category, with them both being the Sun Pokemon.
Umbreon is a dark type Pokemon now, but in the Gold and Silver Beta, it was a poison type, and it evolved with the scrap Poison Stone item.
But here's what I'm wondering, is which evolution is the best from Gen 2, Caden? Espeon might have the better shiny, but I do like Umbreon's too.
Yeah, I think Umbreon has a much better shiny, actually, if I'm being real with you.
And next up, we have our first legendary cat Pokemon, Raikou.
And yes, Raikou is a cat.
And Suicune and Entei are both not cats.
Now, as per usual, I say something really interesting, like how Raikou in the anime flies using storm clouds, or how it's based on the Japanese thunder god Raichu. Meanwhile, Trevor says something boring about stats or EVs or IVs or typhus. Who knows?
Caden, stop being such a pessimist. This one is really cool. Like, really, really cool, dude. I don't think there's a cooler fact out there.
Please tell me, Trevor. Please, I'm begging you.
When you KO Raikou, it gives you 1 special EV and 2 speed EVs. It is the only Pokemon that does so.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I think it's time
No. I've got an actually really good fact.
And why should I trust you?
No, listen to this. Raikou's Ruby and Sapphire Dex entry says that it embodies the speed of lightning. Often confused with the speed of light, lightning is pretty slow at 270,000 miles an hour. But that still means that Raikou could reach the moon in less than 1 hour.
Dude, that's some Sonic type-ish right there, dude.
Hey, you got a license for that?
You'll never take me alive!
And now it's time for the most bland cat Pokemon out of any generation. Caden, you got any fun facts about Skitty?
Skitty rhymes with dick. In the anime, Skitty is seen getting dizzy chasing its own tail. On the topic of Skitty's tail, the fluffy tail item seems to resemble Skitty's tail.
The fluffy tail was basically removed after Generation 7, yet its description still exists in later games. And the item is even present in Pokemon Unite for some reason.
Kind of like the Pokédoll, you can use it to skip a battle.
Speaking of items that have to do with Skitty, I find it really cool that Skitty is the only Hoenn Pokemon Pokemon that evolves with a Moonstone.
And although we all know Delcatty is purple, the original Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald sprites had Delcatty as a more pink compared to its sprite now.
Next up, we've got a crossover between a mongoose and a cat. That, of course, being Zangoose.
As of Gen 8, Zangoose can no longer learn any egg moves. The moves of Zangooses that were previously egg moves can now be learned through the move reminder.
Speaking of Zangoose's moves, did you know that Crush Claw was its signature move up until Gen 4?
Let's rapid fire these cats. Trevor, go.
The Pokédex says if Shinx senses danger, it glows with electricity, blinding anyone around it.
The Japanese Pokemon website's 404 page features Luxio as it is Pokemon 404 in the Dex, while the American site shows Psyduck on the 404 page.
Luxray is the only Pokemon with a BST of 523. Kind of random.
Glameow had its ears changed between Gen 6 and Gen 7.
And finally, Perugly is faster than Mega Latios, the Forces of Nature, Garchomp, Rapidash, and Mega Pinsir, whose Dex entries all talk specifically about how fast they are.
Fat, ugly, and fast, just like me.
you.
Gen 5 Unova only gave us one cat line, but these guys are super cool and super unique and deserve way more love than they get.
Starting out with Purloin, who is the only Pokemon with a 281 base stat total. What's up with cats having these odd, unique base stat totals?
And it evolves into Liepard, who is categorized as the cool Pokemon, a categorization it only shares with Galarian Articuno.
Wait, Caden, you're forgetting a cat in Gen 5.
What do you mean? No, I'm not.
Bro, you don't remember? The Pokemon Company practically confirmed that Trubbish is a cat.
Dude, did you get in a Drampa stash or something? Like, what kind of yarn you been smoking recently?
No. Seriously, watch this. See, bro, I told you, it's a cat.
Dude, it's not a cat. It's
Look
trash.
Look at all the cats.
It's trash, bro.
Look at all the cats. Why is it with all the cats then?
Dude, it's not. It's trash.
It's a cat.
Dude, that's like calling Ninetales a cat, dude.
Omelette de fromage.
Generation 6 gave us the least new Pokemon of any generation to this point. But somehow, even with this lack of a roster, Kalos gave us many furry feline friends.
Our first Pokemon is Simba. Our first Kalos Pokemon is Litleo. It has a unique gender ratio of 7 females to 1 male. It is the only Pokemon that has this gender ratio.
That's actually wild. There's so many evolution lines, including most of the starter lines, that I know are 7 to 1, but it's just the other way around, having more males than females.
Yo, Litleo's the only Pokemon that ain't about that sausage party.
Litleo's evolution Pyroar has the ability Moxie. Although with it being a special attacker, kind of, boosting your physical attack after every KO might be a useless ability for some.
Moving on to Esper, it first appeared in the anime episode Seeking Shelter from a Storm, where it was the sole resident of a mansion belonging to its deceased owner, Lacey.
Wow, that's really depressing. In Pokemon Rumble, they mixed up which Meowstick design is male and which is female. So you can somehow obtain a Meowstick with a female design and vice versa.
Nintendo, breaking cultural norms since Birdo in 1987.
Sylveon was the only new evolution to a pre-existing Pokemon between Generation 6 and 8.
If you don't count Hisuian forms and regional evolutions, you can go all the way to Generation 9.
Once again, it's just funny how the generation with the least amount of Pokemon seems to have the most cats.
I guess France really like their Puss in Boots.
Quick question. What do you do when people just keep yapping?
What goes around comes around, as Meowth was introduced to Alola as a gift to royalty. The royal lifestyle, followed by its abandonment, is what led to it becoming this Alolan form of Meowth.
Meanwhile, Alolan Persian has a stupid face and I hate it.
Caden?
Yes, Trev?
That's not a fact.
Fine. You do better. Trev.
Okay, Alolan Persian has a stupid face and I hate it.
Ha! Told ya.
No. But for real, not to bring up the TCG, but Persian was obtainable as a dark type in the TCG twice before Alolan Persian even existed. First, as Rocket's Persian EX in 2005, and second, as a Delta species Pokemon in 2006.
Moving on to one of my favorite starter lines. According to the Pokédex, Litten grows its coat twice a year, and it gets rid of its previous coat by lighting itself on fire.
Torracat's name in Japanese literally translates to high heat.
Incineroar was picked for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, while Sun and Moon were still in production.
Biggest mistake Smash ever made. Wolfie's punching air right now.
Trev, you're just mad because they're not throwing 20 more cookie-cutter Fire Emblem characters in the game, just like you've always wanted.
Let's talk a little bit more about Incineroar's competitive prowess. According to competitive Pokemon master Wolfie VGC, Incineroar is better than the Weather Trio, including Mega Rayquaza, Landorus, Zacian Crown, and literally every other Pokemon.
Solgaleo has the highest HP of any Steel-type Pokemon.
And it's a legendary Steel Cat. That's kind of fun. How about we talk about a little Pokemon Fusion?
I love Fusion.
Internally, Necrozma and its forms, like Duskmane, are not considered Ultra Beasts. But in the TCG and the anime, they are.
Zeraora is our first cat mythical. It's also our only electric-type mythical.
Unless you have Arceus hold a Zap Plate or something like that.
I'm just surprised his hair doesn't get all fizzled.
Honorable mention. Type Null and Silvally could be classified as cat-type things, I guess. But I'll leave it to the viewers to decide if these things are legendary or not.
That's fair, that's fair.
Moira, you're spot on. I'm on the XP share.
Galarian Meowth, somehow the third time we're talking about Meowth in this video, is based on the Norwegian forest cat.
And Berserker is the only Pokemon to be classified as a Viking Pokemon.
You know, I wonder if Berserker can train a dragon.
I wonder if it discovered America before Columbus.
I wonder if it can lose 4 Super Bowls in 7 years.
I wonder if it can gift wrap Nick Foles a Super Bowl appearance.
A starter. First partner cat, Sprigatito's Japanese name translates to Meow Meow Leaf.
When it comes to Florigato, the English name combines Portuguese words that mean flower and cat. No, we also forgot about Florigato's little yo-yo thing in our objects video that we did.
You know what other object you forgot?
I know, I'm getting there. Meowscarada, Flower Bombs, and all, and the other Gen 9 starters take their inspiration from Mardi Gras. Dang, I know I've made way too many Eagles references in this video, but how sick is it that they won in New Orleans? Come on.
Finally, we have Chien-Pao, who has the highest speed of any Dark-type Pokemon at 135 base speed.
Well, that was a great time. Caden, do you feel like we're missing a few Pokemon?
Honorable mention so our viewers don't get mad. Here are cat-like Pokemon, Meow.
Get angry in the comments that we didn't cover them. Leave one of your favorite facts about them, Meow.
Let's get started.
Eevee,
Vaporeon,
Jolteon,
Flareon,
Snorlax,
Mewtwo,
Mew,
Sneasel,
Entei,
Suicune,
Absol,
Munchlax,
Leafeon,
Glaceon.
and Whiscash.
Bro, Whiscash is a fish.
Catfish.
God, I love that show.
Well, we love all these adorable little furballs and would love to cover other types of Pokemon in future videos. I don't know, birds, rats, bugs.
Bunnies.
Bruh, chill. If you'd like to see any of that, please like and subscribe. No, really, we're starving over here. We can't even afford eggs anymore.
Guys, I don't want to be the one to have to pull this, but like 99% of you guys that watch these videos aren't even subscribed. Come on, dude. We got to break away from our 9 to 5 so our moms don't kick us out of our basements already. Like, dang, dude.
And until next time.
Can't forget to clear my search history after looking at all that.